Very much, guys. Great to hear from Uzi. And with that victory, Starhorn Royal Club advances, becomes the first team in League of Legends history to accomplish back-to-back semi-final World Championship placements. If they win their semi-final, that will become back-to-back final placements. And I don't think any of it would have been possible without Uzi. We have to give this guy the praise he deserves because he hard carried a lot of those games.
I am such a fanboy. Like from all the way from last year, I've been a fanboy, but now it's raging. It's insane because this guy put his team on his back when it really mattered, when it actually counted. The last game of the best of 5, and oh my God, this guy just performed so well.
This game proves though that he can't do it alone because he needed his team to step up. He needed, especially in terms of the top lane, Kola had to step up there. And if he didn't make that one play at Baron, this game could have gone the other way. But I just want to give mad props to Zero. While I don't always agree with his item builds, sure, that's optional, that you can do whatever you want. But his plays, especially on Janna, were so damn good.
Yeah, just as a note, EDG lost all 3 games. They did not ban Janna.
Yeah, honestly, very well played by all of this team. And, you know, we talked about what if they're going to tilt, what if the communication breakdown is going to be hard between speaking Mandarin, Korean, maybe a little bit of English. Both these teams, great mental fortitude, coming back in Game 5. Smart picks and bans, get rid of the Lucian, pick the Ryze, and it finally fell into place again for them.
Let's also give some credit to EDG because they struggled to qualify for the quarterfinals first of all. They started this series 0-2. They dug deep to win games 3 and 4. They pushed Royal Club all the way to 35 minutes in Game 5 before Koro got caught out where he really shouldn't have been. And that just gave Starhorn Royal Club the advantage they needed. But the man that I feel got them to Game 5 was Clearlove. I think in the jungle, once he stepped it up, he got his lanes working, he got his lanes rolling, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
Right, I actually think it's really kind of poetic that Clearlove is the guy we're highlighting here. He absolutely played his mind out here, was a great player. For the Western fans out there who don't follow the Chinese scene very much, EDG is sort of a lot like Cloud9 in that they came together out of nowhere, some good players, and then straight to Worlds, right? Top 8 at Worlds, great performance in your first year as a team, and who else but the jungler to highlight for playing so darn well for himself. He definitely put those middle 2 games on his back.
I completely agree. We will get back to talking about the game in just a moment. We're going to send things over to Sharks, who is on stage with Starhorn Royal Club's Insec.
Thank you very much, guys. Of course, we had to talk to Insec as well. Congratulations. What a series. What is your take on the roller coaster of games that happened here right now?
인색 선수 우선 승리를 축하드리고요. 이번 정말 엄청난 경기들이 많았는데 좀 소감 좀 말씀해 주세요. 승리에 관해서.
일단 제가 이렇게 5경기까지 간 경기가 꽤 많은데 그래서 오늘은 이겨서 참 아직 기분이 좋은 것 같아요.
I had a lot of games that went up to win 5 in the past, but I'm just relieved and happy that we won.
Can you elaborate a little bit more how that crept into your mind and then how you reset for that last game knowing it's your last chance?
5경기 들어갈 때 이제 예전에 과거에 승승패패패 스코어를 많이 겪으셨었는데 어떤 생각이 머릿속에 들으셨나요?
솔직히 말해서 그냥 아무런 생각이 안 들어서 일단 내가 할 것만 제일 열심히 하자고 생각하고 이제 팀원들도 자기가 각자 할 거 열심히 해주길 바랬어.
Honestly, I just emptied my mind and tried to focus on the game, and I just thought like I'd play my role and do my job, and I was hoping my teammates would do it as well.
And they absolutely did. Is there anything you want to say to all of your fans here and watching from home after that incredible performance?
이제 마지막으로 이제 엄청난 경기를 다 같이 봐주신 여기 와주신 팬들이나 이제 TV로 보실 팬들한테 한마디 해주세요.
일단 이 시간까지 봐주신 분한테 감사하고 저 TV로 보신 팬분들도 5경기까지 봐서 재밌었으면 좋겠고 오늘도 아버지랑 친구 왔거든요. 네, 5경기까지 봐서 감사하다고.
I want to say thank to all the fans who stayed up till Game 5, and I hope whoever fans who are watching through TV or through Steam that they enjoyed all the series, and also my father and my friends came to watch, so I also want to say thanks to them as well.
Well, thank you for the interview and fantastic performance. We'll see you in the semifinals, and now back to the desk.
Thank you very much, Sharks, and great hearing from Insec. I actually think a great adaptation to play Jarvan in the last game of the series when Lee Sin was open and available. Before we talk about some of the bigger picture, we do have a replay that I think summarizes this entire series very, very clearly. Doublelift, I know you felt particularly excited about both the Jarvan pick, which we'll get to, and then, of course, this top lane extended battle. Let's roll the clip and talk over it for me.
Oh yeah, I really like Starhorn Royal Club's comp because Insec has been underfarmed. He has to camp Uzi's lane because there's so much pressure there, so he's going to die instantly. Every game, he's probably going to die instantly when he goes in. That's why Jarvan's such a great pick, because it locks up Name right here for his entire team to just kind of collapse on. It really isn't enough at first, but this amazing 3-man shockwave.
Yeah, the Shockwave is really what seals the deal. It keeps enough distance on Uzi so he can start cleaning up. Thresh overextends because the Shockwave keeps him back, and then this. This is like the most ballsy, beautiful jump I've seen. Knows exactly when he has to go for the ulti into our attack, jumps forward again. No AD carry should live here, but somehow Uzi knows that he can rely on his support to exhaust that, and he just jumps in.
Time. Like, and honestly, again, we just want to highlight how damn good Zero is. He knows his role as I'm going to protect Uzi. Uzi's the damage here. Runs exhaust every single game on Janna. You've talked about not running Ignite on that champion. Instincts by Uzi, right? Dodges away from where the ball's going to be. Same for Zero as well. And in contrast, FCZF, I thought, had probably his worst game of the series here. Jumping in at really odd time.
Yeah,
Like that first kill to Uzi. Missed, like, probably in total, like 7 really important plays that weren't even that hard.
Let's talk a little bit about both of these teams. Of course, Starhorn Royal Club, I think they brute forced their way to a win. I don't want to take anything away from their teamwork or individual skill because it was fantastic, but Edward Gaming, they just didn't have an answer to Starhorn Royal Club's moves and positioning either around the map or in team fights.
The only thing that worries me for both these teams is their Baron control, because they have this way of saying, yeah, we got a big lead, let's transition that into a Baron bait, but they're done so poorly. The minion waves are really not incorporated at all into Baron baiting. The division is not deep enough. They come with maybe 2 pink wards, and there is no oracles there.
I just have to highlight Uzi's 35.04% of his team's damage is only matched by Deft. He's second behind Deft, so he just does an insane amount of damage. The second highest damaging percentage player at Worlds.
It's very scary. Freak.
Yeah, and also, I mean, we talked about it before, but kind of bouncing off the points, kind of recapping things going on as well. The rest of his lanes, when they stepped up, his team would win. That was really big as well. We talked about Uzi and the rest of Royal Club, of course, but Korn finally showed up again. Didn't have a great showing in the group stage again. Only mid laner to go below 20% damage contribution. Did so here. Insec, again, yes, realizing the strategic rationale of it's a Twitch. For some reason, early picked Twitch, which I know was supposed to be a steal, but getting to pick a hard engaged champion instead of his normal comfort pick there to make that happen. Cola, obviously good on Rise specifically. I don't know how much more he's going to get that champion, but stepping up for the whole team, definitely.
Yeah, I completely agree. So with that victory, we now know 3 of the 4 teams who will be making the trip to Seoul. So let's actually pull up the bracket and check it out. We obviously know the top half is a Samsung White versus Samsung Blue matchup. But now we've got our first semifinal on the bottom half of the bracket with Starhorn Royal Club taking out Edward Gaming 3-2. They will face either Najin White Shield or OMG, and we'll figure out who their opponents will be tomorrow. With Edward Gaming's loss, that ends their run at the World Championship, and I think Name is the player a lot of people are going to be talking about. Last year, Dade, he failed to deliver, and it cost Samsung Ozone then their place at Worlds, but this year, Dade bounced back, and he has just destroyed everybody. Name may be looking to do the same with a bit more comfort now that he's got some international experience under his belt.
Yeah, I don't think Name crashed and burned quite as hard as Dade did, where his champion pool couldn't keep up and it just didn't seem to work for the team. Name was still pretty good. Like, he didn't always get out of lane, but his team fights are still fairly strong. A few misplays, certainly, but I feel like every single player at Worlds has had some misplays at some point. So I don't want to be like, Name, how dare you not be the best AD carry in the world, but certainly a bit worse than we were quite expecting.
Well, let's just get some final thoughts from Doublelift and Crepo. As we know, at least Starhorn Royal Club, they know who their opponents are, either Najin White Shield or OMG. In theory, they're ahead of OMG in terms of their regional seed coming into Worlds. What are they looking at for tomorrow's series? Is obviously one of them will be their opponents.
I think OMG plays a very similar style to Starhorn Royal Club. EDG is kind of the outlier in terms of strategy. I think it'll be another explosive, amazing Chinese battle brawl, bloodbath, just again, if it's them. But Najin White Shield has a really good chance, too.
I don't think Shield will let that happen. But we predicted today that we'll have this clash of like 5v5 battles with relatively like low amount of strategy, and that came through. But Shield is like the opposite. It's such a stylistic mismatch where Shield relies so much on strategy, and then OMG is like the pinnacle of the 5v5 brawl. So it'll be a very interesting match. I hope for Royal's sake that OMG wins, because then they can play against familiar style. If Shield takes it against OMG, then I think Royal's in for some trouble.
While Royal will need some practice against Shield Style if they want to take out one of those Samsung
That is
squads as well, if the bracket plays out that way. Guys, tomorrow our final quarterfinal match will be decided as Korea's Najun White Shield takes on China's OMG. Once again, that best of 5 will begin tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central European Summer Time. And for our viewers in the Pacific Time Zone, you can catch the action at 1 a.m. That's going to do it for us today. So I'd like to thank all of our guest analysts for keeping us honest here on the desk and informed. And from myself, the casters, and the entire World's Broadcast team, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.